Hey everyone, I'm Serena with Key 360 Media. Thank you so much for joining our live stream today. This is our very first live stream, so I'm sorry for a few minutes late. We're trying to get it up and running here, but thank you so much for joining us. We're really happy to have you here. We're excited about what we're doing. Let me tell you a little bit about it. We publish a monthly statewide travel guide, Arizona Key Travel Magazine, and we have a lot of great stuff in here about planning your weekend if you're local or planning your trip to Arizona if you're coming in as a visitor. And of course, now is a beautiful time to come to Arizona to visit. So I don't know if that's you, but I hope we can be a resource for you. So if you wouldn't mind, give me a comment here just so I know who's watching, and if you are an out-of-towner that you get to come in to visit, or if you're a local watching our show, I want to know who's watching today. And I want to tell you about some of the exciting stuff we're going to be able to do. One thing we're able to do is we are giving away some of Arizona's most memorable experiences. And the very first giveaway that we have is in partnership with Out of Africa Wildlife Park. And we're really excited about that. I'm hoping even sometime this month to have someone from the wildlife park on our show, maybe calling in. That'll be really cool. We can ask some questions. So if you have any questions for them, definitely send me a comment on that as well. So let me tell you a little bit about the park, because they are our main giveaway for the next couple of weeks. And what you're going to be getting if you win is 2 expedition passports. And what's really cool about those is you get to ride on their Unimog vehicle. That sounds pretty cool. It kind of gives you that experience of going on an African safari. And they have done their best to kind of recreate the Serengeti, to recreate these wildlife preserve areas. So it's really cool. Another thing that you get to do that's included with those expedition passports is you get to feed a predator. And I'm talking about you're handing the meat over to lions, tigers, I don't know, really interesting stuff. So that will be really cool as well. So I hope you can win that. Let me tell you how you get a chance to win. For one thing, you can go to our website, www.arizonakey.com, and right on our homepage, you'll see there's a button you can click to enter our giveaway. You can put in some basic information and you can get your chance to win. Another way you can get extra chances in our random selection is to be by commenting or liking when we're doing our live programs. And the people at Out of Africa Wildlife Park, they're very generous. They are also allowing us to give you a coupon. So even if you aren't the big winner, I can get you a coupon for $4 off admission. And their admission is reasonable to begin with. The ticket prices run about $33.95 for adults and $18.95 for children, and they do have military and senior discounts as well. So it's a great way to spend Saturday for sure. They are open daily year-round except for Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day. But other than that, they're always there. The animals are always there, and it's an amazing place. There are, in addition to like the daily shows they have, one of them, which is pretty famous, which is called Tiger Splash, where they actually play in a pool with the tigers. And we'll talk more about that on some of our next shows, because like I said, I really want to get someone from Out of Africa Park to call in and we can have a real conversation with them, and maybe they can show us some stuff that's going on there. But, you know, even if in addition to all of the daily shows that they have, and they have a number of them, they have the African Bush Safari that you can go on as part of the general admission. They have a giant snake show. What else? They have Wonders of Wildlife. So they got a lot of those, but then there's also those extra encounters that you can do. So for example, like the Unimog Adventure, which is part of that expedition passport, you can package it together. They have a zip line that actually goes over the animals. So that's pretty cool. And they have a sloth encounter as well. So there's a lot of cool stuff. keep commenting in. I'm having trouble seeing the comments. That's the only problem. So, but comment in anyway, because I'm going to review them after the show. And like I said, that gives you an extra entry into our contest. So, I'll keep looking for them as the show goes on. But let me tell you a little bit more about Out of Africa, and then we'll get on to some other things that we're going to be talking about this show as well. I wanted to tell you, okay, first of all, I told you about the daily shows, and I told you about some of the extras that they have, the different encounters that you can do. Oh, I wanted to tell you about the VIP tour, because that's like a 3-hour tour. So if you have always had on your bucket list that you want to go on an African safari, this is a great place to start. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that with Out of Africa. We have more to come on them in the next couple weeks. Pretty much this whole month, we're going to be doing our giveaway for them, and we're going to be focusing on them. So we'll be able to tell you a little bit about that every time we go live, which is Thursdays at 11. And make sure if you want to come back and join our show, which I encourage you to do, please do. All you have to do is make sure you're notified by either following us on Facebook, or we will be scheduling it. So you check our Facebook page. You can just hit the notification to be in on our scheduling. Okay, so another thing I want to tell you about, because we have so much going on in our state, we are just super lucky here in Arizona. Another thing I wanted to tell you about was what's on our cover, okay? This is the Musical Instrument Museum's image right there, and it is from a new exhibit that they have coming up. And this is kind of I don't know if you know anything about the Musical Instrument Museum, but MIM is the only global instrument museum. So it's the only museum of its kind. So it is a really cool place to go. You really need to make sure you check that out. And the new exhibit that they have opening, it actually opens on the 10th. So that's tomorrow. And it's exclusively at MIM. I'm going to read it to you because I don't want to mess it up. It's the Ancient Musical Treasures from Central China, Harmony of the Ancients, from the Henan Museum. And what they have is they have all kinds of archaeological treasures spanning 9,000 years of Chinese musical history. So that's pretty cool. And let me just read what they say. It says, explores the harmony between music, people, heaven, and earth through the artworks on display, and this is for the very first time in the United States. And the other thing that they do there is they use interactive technology, so you can actually put on a headset and take an audio tour around. So that's pretty cool. And they have artist galleries as well, so they have displays, let's say on Maroon 5, Taylor Swift, Elvis. So you're going to be able to see maybe some clothing that they wore, some different artifacts, instruments, that kind of thing. So let's see, what else? Let me check and see if I have any other, if I can see my comments. I really want to get this conversation going with you guys, because I want to know what you think about the topics we're talking about and get suggestions from you about those topics. So I'm going to try and get that technical difficulty worked out. There's that. Let me tell you about something else that is going on. This is also covered in our magazine, and everything that I'm talking about, by the way, is covered in our magazines, which you can either go to our website and check out the digital edition. The digital edition is always there for you. Or if you're a visitor and you're coming into town, make sure when you're stopping into the airport, you pick one up, because we have them in all the airports. Or you can ask your concierge for it at the front desk of your hotel if you're staying in a hotel, and they usually have it available and they're ready to kind of show you what's in here. We have calendar listings and that kind of thing, so you know about all of the events that are going on for the month. And so that's what I want to talk about next. I want to talk about an event that we have listed here in our magazine. It's called Hidden in the Hills, and it goes on for 2 weekends in November, and it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, November 17th, 18th, and 19th, and then again November 24th, 25th, and 26th. So I know a lot of you probably are coming in for the holidays maybe, and you have that weekend after Thanksgiving, and if you're looking for stuff to do, this is a really good potential thing to do. It is a signature event, and it is put on by the nonprofit Sonoran Arts League, and it features 174 artists, 44 studio locations, and so it's a free self-guided tour, and it goes throughout different towns, Desert Foothills communities, Cave Creek, Carefree, North Scottsdale. So you'll kind of get to wander around those little towns, stop in at the different studios. You might see artists at work. You'll be able to talk with them, maybe ask them some questions, and you, of course, could pick up some of the artwork that they have for sale, really original, unique pieces. So if you are, in town to do some shopping for the holidays, that's an awesome thing to do. And you can also go on their website and create your own map. So oh, I want to hit this studio, that studio, that studio. So that's kind of cool. That's called Hidden in the Hills. And we have information about all of these events on our website. And again, like I said, in our digital edition. Okay, let me talk now about another little cool place that I can recommend. It's Heralds Corral, and this is kind of like a Wild West saloon. So if you want a real true flavor of Arizona, this is a great place to go. It's nice and casual, so it's just a fun place. You can bring the whole family. It's really cool. It started by Johnny Walker, and he opened it in 1935 to serve the workers who were building the Bartlett Dam. And it has kind of a life of its own. It's a true landmark, and there's all kinds of rumors that float around about the different owners. When Harold took it over, the guy that it's named after now, there were tons of crazy stories like wild animals caged in the backyard and all kinds of stars and starlets that frequented the tavern. So real cowboys and movie stars, that kind of thing. So if you want that authentic Wild West flavor, this is a great place to go. It's a huge place. They can actually seat 600 people inside, and then they have an outside patio, and they have sort of an arena outside where they do a lot of live music. Okay, they have country dance lessons on Fridays. That's always fun. And then they have entertainment by some really cool bands that show up there. And of course, the food is awesome. They have, their barbecued meats are actually smoked on the premises with mesquite wood. So that's delicious. So that's a real good flavor of Arizona as well. And I want to mention too that they are like an official Steelers hangout too. So if you are coming in and you're a Steelers fan, that might be the hangout for you. By the way, let me know. I know I can't actually respond to your comments because I can't see them, but I will respond next week. We will get that up and running. But I want to know, are you a Steelers fan? Or maybe you're a Cardinals fan? Or maybe you're a Seahawks fan? I don't know. All right. And I want to tell you too that they have live blues on Thursdays at Herald's. So that's another cool place to check out. All right. What else can I tell you about? Okay. Of course, because tomorrow, Veterans Day, I want to talk about the Phoenix Veterans Day Parade. So if you happen to be here this weekend, this is something you definitely want to check out. Let's see, the Phoenix Veterans Day Parade has been going for 21 years, so this is the 21st year. They usually have like 45,000 spectators along their route. They have 2,500 participants, floats, all that kind of stuff. They're going to have like sort of every era of military service from World War II up to the present day. And it should be a really awesome parade. You can go on their website to find out more about the parade route specifically, but it begins at 11, and they are going to have some road closures, so you'll want to be aware of that. And you'll definitely want to get there early. Always get there early to get a good spot along the parade route. But also on their website, they kind of give you some hints about some side streets where you can park and that kind of stuff as well. So you'll want to check that out. And if you're a local and you have an elderly veteran who would like to participate and ride on one of the floats, they have contact information on the website. So that's kind of a cool thing you might want to be able to do. But just with Veterans Day, you know, we are so thankful for our military personnel, the men and women who sacrifice for us, for our safety and for our freedom. So let's make sure we celebrate that well tomorrow. And let's see, I want to just tell you one more thing, and that is I want to point out to you the Wickenburg Bluegrass Festival, because that happens this weekend starting tomorrow. And it's a 38th annual Bluegrass Festival. It's an outdoor venue. They have arts and crafts. They have a kids zone. They have foods. I think there's like a competition. I don't know if it's a fiddle competition. It's going to be cool. Maybe it's banjo. I don't know, but it's going to be cool. So that's a really kind of fun thing to do. And on Friday, in honor of Veterans Day, they have a military discount for military personnel. So that's kind of a fun thing to do. And they also, if you have an RV and you want to head up there and do some RV camping or some tent camping, they do have some availability for that. You have to just contact the Wickenburg Chamber of Commerce for that. But that should be a really fun time as well. Wickenburg is a cool place, and it also gives you a real good flavor of the Southwest. So thank you so much. That's about all I have for you this time. We're going to be coming back to you live on Thursdays, 11 o'clock. We'll try to be on time next time. We're having some technical difficulties this morning, but we're going to try to be on time. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. Let me know. Go ahead and comment. I will go through the comments after the show. And remember, every comment is an entry to win those 2 expedition passports to Out of Africa Wildlife Park. I'm really excited to be doing this, and thank you for joining me. I hope you come back next time. See you then.